Greetings, Guardians. It's Mano 777, and we're back inside of Destiny here with some breaking and changing news on June 14th, 2016. Many of you know that I do a weekly reset video every week for Destiny to kind of outline everything that you can do in the game, and I did mine this morning. Sometimes when they release patches, things change, and sometimes they don't in terms of the game world and what you can do. And in today's update, it did change some significant things about the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover all the little changes to kind of just update my weekly reset video. If you came from my prior one, thank you for checking it out. This is going to be the most updated one. If you did it pre-patch, my previous video is going to work. However, if you did it afterwards, this is going to be the most updated one. So this is going to be the one you're going to want to look at for the rest of the week once you download the patch. Okay, so first things first, we thought it was going to be the Fallen Saber Strike, but you can see here I just flew into the Nightfall. We have the Will of Crota Strike, which is fantastic in case if you are one of those people that wants to go farm a Grasp of Malak. Many of you maybe came from the Grasp of Malak video, but now you can do that in the Nightfall this week. This is a great opportunity to do it. Let's look at the active modifiers. This week we have Epic, Solar Burn, where solar damage from any source is greatly increased. Specialist, where special weapon damage is favored. Juggler, no ammo drops for your equipped weapon. And Exposure, Guardian shields are increased but do not replenish. This is a great Nightfall for you to try and get your Grasp of Malaks, bring your Black Spindles, bring your shotguns that have Solar Burn. If you're on PlayStation, bring your Zen Meteor and all those other things. You're going to want to make sure you hop in and check that out. Get your Grasp of Malaks. This is the easiest way to do it. I found that when you pop a 3 of coins, it's very simple to do. You run it maybe 3 or 4 times, and you'll probably get a class-specific drop. You may get either the Omnigul Bond or you may get the Grasp of Malak. Those are the 2 strike-specific weapons, but go check that out today. Let's go check out all the other things that are different here in Destiny this week, just to give everything an update. There are some significant changes to the directory that we have to talk about, but the first thing we'll do is we'll talk about Challenge of the Elders. Challenge of the Elders has not really changed significantly. The bosses are exactly the same as I talked about in my previous video. The bosses, again, just for your refreshment, are going to be Kexus the Betrayed, Val Arun, which is the Cabal boss. Round 3 is the Sedidious Mind, and that is the Vex Hydra boss. So those are the 3 bosses, and the modifiers are, again, going to be Fresh Troops, Melee, Kill Bonus, and Trickle. So those I don't believe have changed at all. If they have, now you know that they are updated. So let's go over now to the Dreadnought. It was supposed to be Golgoroth challenge mode, but it's not. It's ORYX challenge mode. They've skipped over Golgoroth. I think to basically do the update, they had to skip one of the challenges. We may see another Golgoroth challenge at some point. Maybe they'll put a patch together where it resets this, but as of right now, it's ORYX challenge mode. I also checked in Patrol the Dreadnought, and you can see from my gameplay right here, you can see that I've actually summoned Thalnok, and we are going to be fighting the mini Crota boss. So again, the ORYX challenge is taking all 16 orbs and detonating them at the same time. Again, there are some great ways to do that. Check out my Twitch live streams for some examples of doing that. Here's some other significant updates. Inferno 6v6 is still updated. Rumble is now the competitive multiplayer for the day. The daily heroic story has changed, but that's okay for some of those folks who've been looking for their no time to explain and they need help. There's some good things that have been happening. Also, if you look at the Vanguard heroic strikes, take a look at that. Now they've added certain burns on the Vanguard heroic strikes. You now have Arc Burn, Brawler, and Ironclad on all of your Vanguard heroic strikes. And I think the reason they did that is to make it so it's a little bit more challenging. You just can't burn through it now, but maybe it will give you a greater chance to get items. In addition, some significant changes to the world. For example, many of you maybe have checked out my Twitch live streams because I help people get the Black Spindle. Well, Spindle Day is not going to be a thing anymore. From now on, you're going to be able to go to Lost of Light, select the hard mode, the heroic mode of this version, and you'll be able to go to it. You'll just be able to select it from the director. It's that simple. Like, all you have to do is select that. So let's go through the exact items that they brought up in the patch notes. There are also 3 new chroma colors that have been added to the spectrum of chroma colors: orange, magenta, and green. They can be found exactly the same place you find them other places, in Sterling Treasure packages, which are your level 41. Prison of Elders, your weekly Crucible, your first game off your weekly Crucible, and in your Postmaster. They've also fixed an issue where players who did not own the Taken King playing could purchase Sterling Treasure packages. Desolate class items are now correctly listed as guaranteed items instead of possible. They fixed an issue where the daily heroic story missions that were from House of Wolves were not properly awarding legendary marks. They fixed an issue where the Road Unraveled ship would be unobtainable from future War Cult faction packages under certain circumstances. So if you're looking for that future War Cult package ship, you're going to be able to get that. They fixed an issue where the kickstance emote was not properly announcing it, and they fixed an issue where Varix would not sell the Dreadfang sword if the player obtained and dismantled the sword. Couple of other things. So the Lost to Light mission, you can now select it on the heroic difficulty. In addition, if you go to the Paradox mission, let's see if we can find it on here. I've never had to find it on this particular one. Here it is. So if you go to Paradox, you'll be able to select this, and this will be able to give you the alternate ending on that. Also, in addition, the first firewall mission will now be available as soon as you have all 4 of the Dvalin fusion rifle relics. So now you no longer have to wait for a Spindle Day or a Paradox Day. You'll be able to just get your items. Then if you ever need help, just come into my Twitch live streams and say, hey, I need a black spindle. Can you do a run real quick? As long as I'm not in the middle of a raid or something like that, I'd love to run that with you guys. So that is the biggest changes now. Some significant changes that I talked about to subclasses are in the video, and I'm going to post that description in the description box below. Click that link if you need to know about the subclass changes. Otherwise, that's everything you need to know for Destiny this week. I wanted to make sure that I updated all my viewers, since a lot of you rely on my content to make sure that you're doing all the things in the world. So I wanted to make sure you knew about the raid as well as some of the changes to the game world, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you found something in this video to be helpful or useful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys, and I will see you in the universe of Destiny.